Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's video where there is a lot to talk about. Player sales, games played and regems to rename all coming up before we take on Fulham in the Premier League. But welcome back, hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's episode. Make sure you do drop a like on the video for me, subscribe if you're new and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Also, thanks to everyone yesterday who was saying get well soon and things like that. I think I sound a bit better today maybe, so hopefully getting better and hopefully by the weekend I'll be, a bit better at least still. Although if you are in the UK, take care in the storm that's going on this weekend. You can probably hear the rain on my windows in some parts of this video as well, because you could hear it yesterday as well a little bit in editing I noticed. So lots of rain at the moment, so not much fun. Anyway, let's just dive straight into this, and I think the best place to start is the player that I signed on a limb. I was doing just a bit of scouting around and then this guy came up, Marcelo Neto, who is a right back and apparently a very good right back at that. Supposedly, according to our scouts and his attributes, better than both Paul Dillon and Vinicius Tobias, who we currently have at the club. He's also much younger as well and is described, if we look at his personal information, as a wonder kid. Labelled the next Jorginho though, which is a little bit confusing because he's not a right back. He can play CDM too, and actually can play CDM pretty well too, to be fair. So whether he is the next Jorginho or not, we're going to play him at right back for now, but also can slot into that anchor slot if we need him to. We bought him from Atletico Mineiro for £11.5 million. That was his release fee clause, but given that we had so much money left over, it seemed pretty reasonable to bring him in. And I'll be honest, I thought that was it. I thought that was it for the transfer window. Just one more addition to the team because he just came up in a scout report looking pretty good. But we got forced into some moves at the end of the window. It started off with Willy Cambuala and Lucas Holter both coming to me and saying we need to leave the club because we're not going to get a work permit for our new contracts when they come up at the end of the season. So I said, okay, I'll sell you. They were both backup centre-backs. I thought we can get someone else in, it'll be fine. Get those two out, get one person in, we'll have four centre-backs still, it'll be fine. Now, Willy Cambuala is still here at the club because no one wanted to buy him, which was a little bit frustrating, but he has got 2 goals so far this season, which is not bad going, to be fair. But if we look at his information, you can see that he's a long way off actually getting Welsh nationality. Surprisingly, doesn't have English nationality. I thought he might do being at Man United for so long, but he doesn't, and has got another 2 years to wait for his Welsh nationality. Apparently, all of this doesn't actually count towards English nationality or anything like that. It seems a little bit bizarre that's the case. He should have it, I think, in my opinion. And apparently the 14 caps for the Congo doesn't count either. So January, we're going to try and get rid of Cambuala, but we did manage to get rid of Lucas Holter. He has gone back to Brazil, which is probably quite a good move for him. And actually, he wasn't going to play much for us at all this season. But we sold him for £5 million, the same that we bought him for, so no real loss there. But we still had 4 centre-backs at the club, so I was pretty happy with that. No more signings need to be made. But then on deadline day, bids started to come in. Some big bids from Dortmund for Sequeira and also some big bids for Kevin Bell as well. Of course, they were all rejected until Dortmund triggered the £29.5 million release fee clause for Sequeira not too long before the transfer window ended. So suddenly we are left panicking looking for a centre-back, and luckily the scouts had done a good bit of work, and for £11 million rising to £13 million to come in as a backup centre-back really, but we needed that 4th centre-back coming into the club. We have this guy, Alessandro Greco, an Italian centre-back who has come in from Anderlecht. And actually does look pretty good. And if we actually compare him, if we actually go and just find him very quickly, if we go to Sequeira and we go and compare him with Greco, they are actually very similar, and if not, Greco might be slightly better than Diego. So I think we've done pretty well in replacing him at a last second there. It was a bit of a panic because we didn't actually have that many scout reports on him. We knew a good range of to what he was, but not exactly what all of his attributes were. So it was a bit of a panic at the end of the window, but we had to get someone in, and I think we've done a good job. So overall, I think I'm pretty pleased with those additions to the club and the departures as well. We've still got plenty of money, in fact more money now to spend, £57 million to spend on players come January time. So that's something we might look to do. £70 million in the bank balance. What we should also be doing at this stage is not make a budget adjustment. We should be asking to improve training facilities and to improve youth facilities. I would ask about the stadium, but that's currently being expanded right now already, so we can't ask for a new one. I would ask for an affiliate club, but we actually do have another new affiliate club coming in pretty recently. Affiliate clubs, we now have Rijeka over in Croatia too, so we're expanding this network even more. I think the next thing to do is talk about what's happened from in between episodes. Obviously, we played the rest of pre-season, but I looked at the calendar and the first 3 games of the season, Liverpool, Man City and Tottenham, I thought, well, all 3 of those are going to be losses. Let's come back for the Fulham game when we might actually win something on camera. To be fair, we actually beat Liverpool on the opening day of the season. Sandri and Kevin Bell with the goals. Salah scored a goal, his penalty, in the 95th minute. So that was a great win on the opening day of the season, but the games against Man City and Tottenham did go the way I thought they were going to go. A 3-1 loss to City, Haaland with a hat-trick in that game, and then we also lost 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur at home, which was, well, technically home. We were in Stoke City Stadium at the time, but still, it was a loss we probably were expecting. We did, though, thrash Notts County in the EFL Cup second round. Camboala scored both his goals in that game, which is not bad going. But we now need to talk about renaming some of our young players, and as you can see on this list right now, this is the under-23 and under-18 team combined, and there's a lot of potential in this team, an awful lot. So thank you to everyone on the Patreon for your contributions, it's much appreciated. I'm sorry that it's taken a little while to get around to doing all of the renaming and stuff like that, but let's get on with it. So Sion Jones, very good centre midfielder, currently on loan at Wimbledon for the season, expecting to see a good return from him. Now, you guys seem to hate me and my pronunciation, so, I mean, this is a difficult one. Hang on, I'll copy and paste this in here because I cannot type it out. That's his name. Llewellyn Cwmraig is apparently how you pronounce it. I think Llewellyn's fine. Cwmraig, I think if I can remember it, I'll get it. Also, Harry Nash, a left winger, currently at the club, only 16 years old, so can't go out on loan, but I'm expecting to see a good season from him. We're going to be renaming him to Wesley Payne, which is a fantastic name. Another 16-year-old, this time in the centre of midfield, we've got Jonathan Weir, who is a very good prospect, I reckon. Welcome to the team, Sean Davies. Thank you very much. Also, young attacking midfielder / also potentially striker as well, Dylan Howarth. He is going to be renamed to... Now, I really don't think I can pronounce this. I'm going to put it on here right now. Esmail Ajvazi. I feel like I've butchered that massively. The comment also says just Kosso as well if it's too hard to pronounce. I might just call him Kosso, but Esmail Ajvazi is something I'm going to try and pronounce properly. And then also the long-awaited nickname of Neil Long as well. This one is being renamed to Randy Ranheimer, which is potentially one of the greatest names ever. Set nickname to, if I can click on it, set nickname Randy Ramheimer on the left wing. You're going to see plenty of him this season. I mean, the more I look at his attributes, the more he suits a good striker as well, actually. Like, not necessarily an out-and-out goal scorer, but actually would suit that up-front role quite well if we went to a 2-striker system. He's very good. He's very good. 1 cap for Wales already as well at 18 years old. A big future ahead. So I think we've taken our time going through everything. All the player sales, all the players in, all the renames, all the results we've had in between episodes. We're currently 12th in the Premier League table right now, but 3 games in doesn't really matter too much, does it? Let's actually get into a game against Fulham. So this is going to be the first time you're going to see a few of these players, isn't it? We've got our new keeper, Pineda, in between the sticks, and then a backline of some Tesic, Luis Felipe, Saliba, and the new boy, Neto, playing in the right-back role. Bernal is currently in the anchor slot in the CDM spot because Ostergaard is a little bit tired following international break, but just in front of Bernal, we've got Sandri and Batsner, who is going to be at the heartbeat of our centre midfield. Of course, on the left-hand side, still Bell as the starting player, and Luciao is still on the right-hand side as the starting player, but has had a very poor start to the season. A 6.5 in his last 5 games, a 6.27 in his league games so far, to the point where maybe we give George Rankin a nod today. You know, play him as the winger on attack instead on that right-hand side and see how he does. Of course, Federico Sione leading the line, got plenty of goals last season, is yet to score so far this season. Pedro is in the wings, waiting to come on in front of him. But obviously, it's been a tough start to the season with the games that we've played in the league. This one is the first game where I'm expecting us to absolutely dominate. So, as kickoff is upon us here today, we sold Charlie Cresswell to Fulham in the summer. By the looks of things, he's not in their starting lineup right now, so it seems like it was a pretty good move for us to get rid of him if he's not even in Fulham's starting lineup. But this is a really good chance for some of our big new players to assert themselves in the team today. It should be the first game that we are expected to win in the Premier League season. So, I'd like to think we're going to score plenty of goals Everyone's going to perform well as they try and press me for the start of this new season. In the meantime, the first highlight of the game is a corner for Fulham, which we have cleared, but only as far as Gordon, potentially Anthony Gordon, as eventually the ball is worked into the middle, into the back of a net. I believe that's well offside, though. I think there were two players in the middle, all offside there, and this goal should not be standing. Please don't let me down, game, because I think I'm right in this being offside. Checking VAR, and it is disallowed. Good. Actually, loads of players offside. It was actually, I thought it was the second ball that was offside, not the first one, but the first ball offside as well. Loads of them offside. How many times can you say offside in a sentence, Tom? That was quite a lot. At the other end of the pitch, though, Bell swings the ball into the middle. Saliba, his header just over the bar. And if these are the best highlights that we've seen in this first half, this is an absolutely drab game. Into the dressing room, thrash the arms, far from pleased from what I've just seen out there. Come on, lads, get out and actually perform. Although they are really not doing anything in this second half either. Like, what is going on here? We need to make some changes. And Sione having another poor game up top. Pedro, on you come. I want to see what you can do. Kevin Bell having a poor game. Randy Ranheimer, you come on the pitch then. Let's see what you can do. It's more of an inverted winger, yes, on attack, because you prefer to play with your right foot. And also Suntesic, slightly injured heading into this game. We'll swap him over with Rocco Spadina too. But some poor performances out there from some of our players here today. I'm going to shout, demand more from my team out here as Spadina gets it into Sandri. Sandri to Rankin at the far post, who hits the crossbar. Randy Ranheimer back into the middle. Pedro picks it up into Bernal. Bernal out to Spadina. And that's the end of the highlight. Oh, you hate to see it. I thought we were onto something, but that's more like it. If we can see more of that in this second half, that would be superb. With 20 minutes to go, Saliba brings the ball forwards quite far into the path of Rankin. Rankin now to swing one into the middle, into Bart's side, whatever he's called, and Randy Ranheimer gets the goal at the ends of it. It's going to take a long time for me to remember Nick's name, his surname properly, but still, we've got that ball in the back of the net somehow, and it's Randy Ranheimer on his, not his debut, but his new name's debut, scoring the goal there to give us the lead here against Fulham, as eventually Sandri's shot was blocked. I don't think Sandri gets the assist on the end of that one, but Randy gets the goal, and that's what you love to see. So if we can just hold on for the 15 or so minutes, this would be absolutely superb. But, of course, Fulham now looking to come forward. 10 minutes to go. Spadina can't quite get the ball off Quaresma as they play the ball into Simmons, into the middle. Great save there from our new keeper as he makes sure he's keeping that clean sheet for now. As Saliba forces back to play it into Pineda. Pineda can clear it. And now we have a free kick which Luis Felipe plays short to Sandri. Back to Saliba. If we can get a second goal here to cement the win, this would be absolutely superb. As Sandri on the ball to Spadina. Spadina can bring it down the left-hand side of the pitch over the halfway line. Finds Randy Ranheimer. Can he deliver a ball? Can he turn creator? No, he can't because he gives the ball away, and here come Fulham on the counter-attack. It's been a long highlight. It makes me think there's going to be a goal, and right now it's going to be towards Fulham, as that is a superb save from Pineda. How he saved that, I don't know, but he's played brilliantly here today. And a corner, is it a corner? No, it's a free kick, sorry, into middle is cleared. And then Bernal can collect the clearance out wide. Puts it back into Sandri in space on the edge of the penalty area. Into Randy Ranheimer, who turns back to Bernal. Bernal into Sandri. Sandri back to Spadina. Good defence here from Fulham. Not allowing it any further forward as Bernal unleashes a shot against the crossbar. We do pick up the ball, but the highlight finishes. And is that going to be the end of the game? I hope so, because it means we're going to come away, well, with a point of some sort. Will it be 3? Will it be 1? Looks like it's, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Sandri on the ball. Ramheimer into no one in the end as Fulham look to bring it forward into our half. If they score a goal right now, it'll be a dagger to the hearts of all people in Wales. Oh, that was so lucky. So lucky. Over the crossbar. Take your time here, please, defence. As Saliba just launch it forward to no one is exactly what he's done. And it's actually won by Rankin. He puts it out for a throw, right? That's it. That's it. Game over, surely. Referee, blow your whistle. He has done. Fulham 0, Wrexham 1. Not the prettiest game in the world. And I'll be honest, not the best game we've played at all. But we get the result, and that is absolutely huge for us. A good win. A good win. Great goal from Randy Ranheimer there in the second half. Takes us up to 10th in the table on 6 points, but obviously only 4 games into the season. It doesn't really matter much at all. But level on points with Liverpool and Arsenal, which is quite cool. I will say too, at this stage of the save, like Brighton and Leicester are like fully fledged, top 6 teams. They are actually class in this save. So good to see the players get the win there. It would be better if we can now see the board giving us those new facilities. I think our facilities are currently 4.5 stars both. Obviously these upgrades would take them to 5 stars and that would be perfect. I can't see why the board would turn it down when we have £70 million in our bank account as well. Like surely it would be just a straight up yes. No, apparently not. No to training facilities and no to youth facilities. Right, well let's discuss it with them. Come on lads, let's invest in facilities to boost our reputation to get better players into the club. They say no. I'm going to keep pressing all these convince buttons and the first time around it's worked quite nicely. So we should be getting new training facilities. Great. And we'll do the same for the youth facilities. Can we have facilities please? And let's try and convince them. And the first time I press convinced it works as well. I think at least. Yes it does. So £5 million for training facilities and £5 million for youth facilities. So £10 million total there. Excellent. 4 takes us down to £62 million in the bank balance. Times are tough. Times are really tough. As for next episode, I think we come back towards the end of November for some games against Chelsea and Arsenal. Both pretty decent teams. Arsenal have fallen away in recent years, as have Chelsea actually. Last season they didn't do particularly well at all. So both of these teams in stages of redevelopment, I suppose. Can we take advantage of that? So thank you so much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure to drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe if you're new around here and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a lovely evening. Speak to you soon. Goodbye.